HOD of IT department, Dr. Zavde ma'am, HOD of EC department, Dr. Shirsagar sir, all respected judges, registrar sir, Y Pawar sir, all the participants and my dear friends. First of all, I welcome you all to this first activity, first event of our semester second, and that we are starting with the mock parliament. I will not take much more time, but the motto or vision behind conducting this event is to percolate the democratic values of our nation to each and every student. And sir, I would like to tell you that we are already circulated the various topics in the form of bills, and they have to debate like a opposition party and ruling party here, and they have to pass the bill, or that we have to see, and judges will look after all these things. Many dignitaries has been gone through this democratic of our nation, India. One of the best and known भारत रत्न अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी, और उनकी ही दो पंक्तियां मैं आपके सामने रखना चाहूँगा और मेरा जो स्पीच है वो खत्म करना चाहूँगा. दैट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ आवर टुडेज इवेंट एक्चुअली. उन्होंने कहा था कि भारत कोई भूमि का टुकड़ा नहीं है, ये एक जीता जागता राष्ट्र पुरुष है. ये वंदन की धरती है, ये अभिनंदन की धरती है, ये अर्पण की भूमि है, ये तर्पण की भूमि है. यहाँ की नदी नदी एक गंगा है, यहाँ का कंकर कंकर एक शंकर है. हम मरेंगे भी इस भारत के लिए, हम जिएंगे भी इस भारत के लिए, और जब हम मरेंगे, मरने के बाद भी जब हमारी अस्थियां गंगा जल में विसर्जित की जाएंगी, अगर किसी ने कान लगा के सुना तो वहां से भी आवाज आएगी, भारत माता की जय. तो इन्हीं सब स्मृतियों को याद करते हुए आज का हम इवेंट शुरू करने जा रहे हैं. All I request all the dignitaries to please be here after the inauguration ceremony to see what kind of discussion will be there, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request Honorable Chairperson of the event, Dr. Y Pawar sir, to enlighten this session for us. Please, sir.
Your chairman, student council, dean student council, my colleagues, Dr. Shirsagar.
Students in parliamentary discipline and democratic values. The House stands guided by the principle that logic must prevail over noise, policy over politics, and discipline over drama. Honorable members, you are already provided with the rules and regulations of this parliament. Members are reminded that unparliamentary language, personal remarks will invite disqualification. Members must strictly stick to the instructions of the speaker. The language of communication shall be English. Honorable members, we shall now proceed with the oath ceremony which formally constitutes this house. All members of the parliament are requested to kindly stand. Please raise your right hand and repeat the oath after me. कृपया अपना दायां हाथ उठाएं और शपथ मेरे बाद दोहराएं. I, as a member of this mock parliament, do hereby affirm that I will uphold the constitution, follow parliamentary discipline, respect the authority of the chair, and present my views with logic, honesty and dignity. शपथ पूर्ण हुई. Members may now take their seats. The House is now duly constituted. The mock parliament competition shall proceed as per the following order and time allocation. Ruling party leader, introduction of the topic and presentation of the bill, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Opposition party leader, counter to the ruling party, 2 minutes. The buzzer for these two will ring after 1 minute 30 seconds. Opposition chief whip, question to the ruling party, 30 seconds. Ruling party chief whip, response to the opposition, 1 minute. Spokesperson ruling party, importance of the bill and its role in maintaining law and order, 1 minute. Deputy spokesperson ruling party, social seriousness of the issue, 1 minute. Research lead ruling party, supporting arguments with numerical data and past cases, 1 minute. Note, only the research lead is permitted to present hard copy numerical data. Floor member ruling party, summary and conclusion, 40 seconds. Spokesperson opposition party, counter arguments, 1 minute. Deputy spokesperson opposition party, elaboration of opposition stance, 1 minute. Research lead opposition party, numerical and factual evidence, 1 minute. Once again, I would like to repeat. For party leaders, there will be a warning bell after 1 minute 30 seconds, that is before 1 minute of your speech. And when they finish their mock parliament session, other departments have flag. Green symbolizes ruling party, your opinion or your stand for the ruling party, and red symbolizes your opinion for the opposition party. Right side of the stage and the opposition party is structural engineering, which is on the left side of the stage, to introduce the bill and present the motion before this honorable house. The floor is yours.
Ruling party leader, please place the bill.
There will be a buzzer when the time will start, so please.
Hello and good morning to everyone present over here. Respected and honorable speaker, sir. Respected all the floor, members of the house. I, the party leader of ruling party. I raise this today to support martial rape cases criminalization and marriage law bill 2026. So this is not just a bill, but it is against the violence and to support constitutional morality. Also, in a long way.
Opposition party leader.
You can speak, there is no issue with the mic. Continue your speaking.
Okay, as honorable speaker, sir, I'm party leader of opposition party. So as per the bill proposed by the party regarding the Marital Rape Case Act, but we do not deny fully the safety of the woman after the marriage. We are also against it, but yeah, we cannot deny the facts too. But I want to ask the house that.
Speaker and respected members, I, the ruling party lead, stand here before the House to present Reservation Reform and Data-Driven Rationalization Bill 2026. This aims to be a legislative which aims to strengthen and the constitutional promises of social equality, social justice and inclusive growth. This bill is not about dismantling reservation. It is about refining it, reframing it and making it more effective for future and present India. Because ये विषय केवल न्याय और सत्ता का नहीं, ये विषय केवल न्याय और सत्ता का नहीं, ये विषय मान और सम्मान का है, ये विषय मान और सम्मान का है। राजनीति से ऊपर उठकर हम सबको इसे निभाना है। Honorable Speaker, reservation has been one of the most crucial parameters for our social transformation since independence. It has enabled millions of people from very disadvantaged communities to get their rights of education and employment. However, after almost 7 decades of independence, India has evolved very much in their social and economic realities. But the actual data framework on which it runs is still the same. And isn't it required? Our party feels like it is required to change this data framework to a modified one, because policy making cannot completely rely on this outdated information. Justice is dynamic and not static. Therefore, it is very required to use transparent and periodically updated data. And this becomes the overall motive of our bill. Our bill consists of 3 main statements. The first is periodic social economic assessments using verifiable national data. Second one is identification of communities that require support. And the last one is ensuring that the most marginalized community are not crowded out of the total people. And I also want to assure the House that our bill completely upholds Article 14, 15 and 16 which symbolizes equality and dignity. I also appeal that our bill does not violate any of the constitutional safeguards and not even disturbs any of the predefined judicial decisions. Also, I appeal this bill in order to raise the concern about fear, political polarization and the misinformation that is transferred between different peoples. They are mostly mostly the misinformation is spread between the people, so as they are not getting the real meaning of what rights they actually have. And that's it. I present this bill towards the house, and I request you to please go and consider our discussion for the same. Thank you.
Opposition party leader.
Okay, so the ruling party bravely said the bill. So as I can see, I can see yesterday they have sent the bill. But in the bill, I think the main topic is reservation reform and data-driven rationalization. Rather than just they said that how to gather the data. So based on what data you will categorize reservations? Caste? Because I don't see since 1931 we don't have data that how many castes and tribes are there in India right now. After that, based on what criteria you will rationalize population, because today we don't know how much exact population in India we have. After that, Honorable Speaker, I must want to give a suggestion to my ruling party. First, they should gather up the data. First, they should have a clarity that how much population in India right now, how much there is a caste and tribes in India they are surviving right now, and not in data entries. Because I don't see much of data entries since 1931. After that, since they don't have any fixed data of caste and tribe, they are just right now they are making assumptions. But I want to say that we cannot make social justice based on just assumptions. Because the bill which they are passing, that bill will only listen databases, not the pain, not the humiliation the people of lower backward classes are facing daily. After that, I also want to highlight one issue that our ruling party is somewhat forgetting, that this data-driven rationalization and after the reforming the reservations will cause strikes, protests, because the people in India do not have the mentality of forgetting the reservation and totally seeing the new structured reservation after this bill gets passed. After that, I want to just give an example that if our car is not working, so we don't have to just buy a new car. We have to just repair our car. So I want to implement this example over here, because if you are thinking that okay, if there are, so I want to as a conclusion, I would like to say that the reservation, if poor people are not in reservation, it's not the problem of the reservation rules, it's a problem of the system.
Okay.
We need to improve our system so that the people can get the
Opposition chief whip.
Honorable Tribal, I want to ask question for the ruling party. When the bill does not clear actually what is the data they are used, where they are collecting from, what data against the safeguards against the misuse, where it is collected from, so and who will be responsible if the bill does not pass? How can this house responsibly approve this such data? Thank you. And I hope we will get our factual answers, not an assumptions.
Ruling party chief whip.
So the only thing you were asking about the data, you are relying on the data that is static data which was held in 1931. But we are talking about the Rohini Commission, and you are not studied enough about the Rohini Commission that the act was according to the Rohini Commission in the 2017, the 25% caste only get the 97% resources of the reservation, while the 983 communities were made invisible. They don't have any reservation or they did not get any job, any admissions. And you said, who cares? This 983 communities care. We care about them. We don't stand here for the 3 million. We stand here for the not 3 million. We don't stand here for the. We are not here for the. We are not here to divide. We are here to deliver. And you should take that. We have all the factual answers. As well as we have the constitutional right, the 16th that gives the adequate representation. We, as she also mentioned, you don't have facts. We have facts. You ask us. We are ruling on the empirical data, not on emotional basis.
Okay.
Thank you.
Spokesperson ruling party.
So, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Judges and the Parliament members, I raise the voice in consensus of the House in support of reservation reform and data-driven rationalization bill 2026. So today, 40% of the reserved seats lies vacant. This is because of outdated data. So this has to be changed. As a result, we are not only feeling a youth generation but also creating a ground buzzing for frustrations and crimes. And uneducated, unemployed, or this such youth are the reason for the internal instability for a nation. This can be fixed using 2026 census data. This will make sure that the poorest of the poor will get the benefits who are really needy. Okay, then also, when this will happen, there will be books instead of stores. This will also guarantee that the shield of reservation will protect the poor and not harm them. Thank you, Speaker.
Deputy Spokesperson, ruling party.
Honorable Speaker, respected jury members and all the members of the Parliament. As adding to the words to the spokesperson, we are living in Maharashtra, right? We all know the Maratha Kranti Morcha. The thousands of youths were on the street. Why so? They were just lack because of the Supreme Court required data. We did not got the data required from the Supreme Court just to prove that who is truly backward. Right? As a spokesperson mentions that the scientific data, scientific justice of Darvinder Singh from 2024 was in the favor of reaching to the poorest of poor in the reserved category. Reservation, without this bill, reservation is just a lottery. And also, I would like to mention that with this bill, our reservation is just a GPS tracker which helps in marginalizing the people from slums area. Honorable Speaker, they call this division, we call this precision. Laws are not just rule books, but they are the justice, and we should follow that. I am totally in the support of this bill. Thank you.
Mr. Sulli, ruling party.
Honorable Speaker, respected jury and members of this House, I rise not with opinions, I rise with evidence. This file contains official data and real-life case studies and your court-backed facts. It proves one thing clearly: reservation works only when it is based on updated data and honest data. First fact: when reservation was properly targeted, scheduled caste enrollment in higher education rose from 19% to 26%, and that is not a theory; that is a measurable success. Second fact: the 10% EWS reservation upheld by the Supreme Court exposed a hard truth. Economic deprivation also creates exclusion. The law adapted and the society benefited. That is reform done right. Today, the opposition defends outdated data and blind constitution, but social realities have changed. Some communities and progressed while others remain invincible. This bill does not weaken the reservation, it saves from misuse. It ensures the benefits reach truly backward and not permanently privileged. We choose justice with data and not politics without the facts. Let the evidence speak. And I would like to request, I would like to hand over this evidence file to the juries. Thank you.
Floor member, ruling party.
Which are statistically correct, not the decisions which are emotionally driven. Reservations.
Yes, spokesperson, opposition party.
Honorable Speaker, here I am talking about people of backward class. Data. This whole conversation is revolving around data. Data which you are taking is from the system which is already corrupted, which changes their all data by some amount of money. System which isn't involved enough yet change their data. If you are taking data from the system which can't change, how would you change accurately data? This data only would helpful for the people who has already awareness about that and which has already only would support which has people which has already priorities and awareness about that. Awareness about that. By this data, by this bill, only the people which has awareness will get benefited. Other people, poor people will suffer. Thank you.
Deputy spokesperson, opposition party.
So, ruling party has mentioned that efficiency through data-driven nationalism will be generated with the bill. But as the conversation here was that you clearly mentioned that data we have factual data, all the data you mentioned. Okay, so the most important point that I will be representing is the malfunctioning of the data. That will be the most important one, because right now the corruption in India is, your point should be more on the corruption, the more on what it is. You should first clear the corruption in your government, then you should be clearing this, then you should pass the bill. Honorable Speaker, efficiency cannot be replaced by equity and technology cannot be replaced by justice. Thank you.
Again, you are talking about the emotional status. You don't have any empirical numbers. You have given me this case study. Tell me, the son of a IAS is equivalent to the BD worker's son. Either they are in the same category, then still they are getting the same. I don't think so. The BD worker's sons will get the extra. Then commissions are not corrupted. Why the government will show the data that will bring them into the trouble? The correction is not here. We are here to fight on right. I am telling you to don't look in the rear view mirror, to look in the windshield. Newer problem, newer solution. And you are talking about the awareness. The lower category are not aware. That's why they are behind. The 983 communities does not have any reservation. They are not in any zero reservation, zero representation. It is a tool for representation. And you are saying the people are not aware. We will make them aware. And we will give them their pay.
You are asking for the IAS, external IAS officer. I want to say, first man or woman we can say of India, we can say as president. In 2024, went to the temple for the puja. He did the puja, and when he leave the temple, the MP from that state has announced to clean the whole temple, because they still consider the reserved categories like SC, ST and OBC as untouchable people. That's why we are still looking for these questions.
Final conclusion. Huh?
So you actually you mentioned about the lower community. So it is the problem of your government that you are not working on it. You are passing bill, but you are not working on the point. You are not working on, as you said, the lower community, the facilities, they don't know about that. That is failure of your government. So why you are passing bill? First work on what are the problems.
Okay. Final conclusion from ruling party.
Bring the awareness. That's why our government is bringing this bill. When the first time you talked about the census, socio-economic census, it was passed by both the governments, not only the opposition but also the ruling party by in the governance of Manmohan Singh. And when you talk about SST, let me tell you, the opposition party leaders said that they should watch the temple. The ruling party
Okay. Now it's time for voting. All the party members has to vote.
Green flag for the opposition party. So please raise your votes. Raise your votes to the chairperson.
Okay, so green is more, so green is passed.
As you people have suggested already, the third winner is EC department.
Second prize. Any guesses? So much confidence. So let's ask to our jury members who is on the second position.
We should go with the opinions. Who is going to get the second winner and first winner?
MBA.
I agree with the MBA.
हातावर घालणार रे सगळ्यांनी.
People are showing the green flag. What do you feel? First one. Confidence is really good. What do you think? MBA? Big Boss MBA is your confidence to show everything. The second prize goes to the MBA department.
फर्स्ट
IT.
नक्की सो फर्स्ट विनर इज IT डिपार्टमेंट